Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Elias and welcome back to Stoneblock. In the last episode, we were working on a bunch of things. First of all, we made a wireless terminal, but we forgot to take our charging thing off, and so it has energy, and the quest doesn't like it. So I went ahead and made the ingredients to make another one, and we're going to do that here in a moment and finish up the Applied Energistic quest today. We also got into Avertitia, or however you say this mod. I call it Avertitia. I don't really care what the correct pronunciation is. And we started making some of the fusion crafting stuff from Draconic Evolution. Now, that stuff is something that we're not going to really worry about too much for a while because it takes a ton of power, and that's something we don't have because, well, in order to get more power, we need more erodium crystals, and those only come from our mining laser down there. And so, yeah, I'm gonna let it run for most of this episode probably, but yeah, we need to get more power going so that we can let that run permanently and hopefully start collecting a lot more stuff. Let's see, what else did I do between episodes? I got a lot of the seeds, a couple of the seeds ready to be made. I'm not going to do this quite yet because, well, I don't want to. We could start making some of these seeds, but we're going to kind of take our time. So today, what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to finish the Applied Energistic quest lines. And then we are going to do a bunch of different quest type stuff. We're going to bounce around a couple of different things. Maybe do a little bit of Avertitia, get into a little bit of Project E, aka Equivalent Exchange, and maybe even do some solar panel stuff. So that's the plan. Let's start off by making a new wireless terminal. And this one doesn't have energy, so it should detect in the storage, and it did. Awesome. So we get a loot chest for that. And we can get to the last thing, which an infinity booster, and then wireless crafting terminal. Alright, so let's go ahead and get those. So does the infinity booster, let's just grab all of these. Detect. I wonder if that is messed up. If it is, then we'll complete it manually. But we're going to need a wireless crafting terminal. And there's even a creative one, but the wireless crafting terminal requires wireless terminal, a flux pearl, and another ME crafting terminal. Well, we're not going to actually use the one we have, so let's just grab that. We have that up here. Let's see. That's a pattern terminal. Never mind. We're going to have to make the crafting terminal. So, what do we need? Workbench, we need a calculation processor. 3 logic processors. Okay. That is easy enough. So we're going to need Certus quartz. We are going to need silicon times like 3, I think. Redstone times 4. And gold times 3. So we're just going to go ahead and craft this thing up. And then we're also going to need a flux pearl. And is there anything else? No. Okay, so let's get this stuff going. We're going to need logic, silicon, and inscriber. So let's get the silicon first. And this is pretty quick and easy. Calculation. And there is all of the stuff we need. And yeah, that's that. So let's pop downstairs to make the things we need to make and get going. By the way, we do have a single neutronium nugget now. Also, wow, frame rate dipped right there for a little bit. So let's go ahead and make this wireless crafting terminal thing. So we're gonna need annihilation core. And we're going to need the formation core. And then should be able to make that. There's the ME terminal. And if we get a crafting bench, which right there, I forgot, for some reason it doesn't like some of the stuff. Get the crafting table. There is the crafting terminal, and there is the wireless crafting terminal. So that is completed. That is not. But what I'm going to do is, how do I do this again? I got to remember how to do this. Better questing. I guess it's just BQ user. No, I've got to remember how to fix this. So, yeah, unfortunately this item placeholder is messed up because the booster cards should be useful, but they're not. So I will tell you guys what, I'm going to we're gonna put this stuff away. I'm gonna see if I can't figure out how to get that to work, and I'll be right back once I figure that out, and we'll go ahead and complete that quest manually, because it clearly wants, it says original ID WCT, which is wireless crafting terminal, I believe. Yeah, wireless crafting terminal, which is the mod name, infinity booster card /0. So once the infinity booster cards, but I have them on me. So this is the infinity booster card, and can I, what's the hotkey? F3H? Yeah. So yeah, there's the infinity booster card, but for whatever reason the quest itself is messed up. And so what we need to do is complete quest number 91, and it's like BQ admin. I don't have permission to use that, so I am going to actually, I think I know how to do that. So if I open to LAN, allow cheats, that's kind of the easy way around this stuff. We should be able to do BQ admin complete, and let's just verify that it's number 91. So we don't need to worry about doing anything too weird, but this quest is obviously messed up, and so we're going to just do that, and it completed it. So I had everything. I crafted the crafting terminal. That completed on its own. It's just this item placeholder. For whatever reason, most likely the quest updated, or there was a pack update, and this broke. So it happens, but there we go. All right, cool. So that is all the storage quests. Hey, it is completed. Cool. So we are done with all the storage quests. We're going to put that stuff away. I can now grab my flux capacitor and equip that, and yeah, we can start getting into other things now. So the next thing I want to look at is Project E. We're going to get into that in just a moment, but let's open up some loot chests. Chance cube, okay, cool, and punji sticks, not so cool. Okay, so what we're going to do, I am going to step away for a second just so I can get this out of a LAN world, just so we don't, get tempted to cheat or anything. Not really. I just want to get it out of a LAN world, so hopefully FPS will kind of stay consistent. And then I'm going to decide kind of what we need to do, look at some of these recipes, because we're going to need an N-Star, which requires Dragon Breath. And Dragon Breath is something we don't have, but we do have access to getting it. So I'm going to get a little bit of things kind of decided and prepared, and we'll be right back once I am ready with that. So be right back. Alright, so my game actually crashed, so it's kind of good that I stepped away for a second, but I needed to go and get some nether stars because we need to summon the dragon again. And to do that, we need the end crystal. And it's pretty easy. I think we need 4 of these. 1, 2, We need more glass panes. Let's get like a stack of those. 2, 3, 4. I think we need 4 of them. I honestly can't remember. And then we're going to need glass bottles. Preferably a lot of them. Let's get like a stack. Or almost. And then we're going to head to the end. And it's time to summon the dragon back again. So the reason we're doing this is so that we can get... let's get rid of all that stuff. So that we can get the Philosopher Stone. And the only thing hard here is the Ender Star, which mostly is just the Nether Star and the Dragon Breath, which is not that difficult to do. There's... I don't know why that didn't kill the Enderman, but whatever. Anyways, we are back here in the end, and yeah, for whatever reason, it said something about the. You know what? We never did. Okay, we're gonna grab the egg. Okay, it went over this way. I do not see it. What is... Oh, dimensional shards. Okay, this is not the best of things. The egg went this direction, but I don't see it. And... yeah, I don't know where it went. There's always the option, there's always the possibility that like there's a hole or something in the end island, which would be kind of bad, but it can't go that far. Man, I wanted that. Okay, so there is a little bit of a hole down here. Let's kind of go underneath the island. There's not much of anything down here. Okay. I have no idea where the dragon egg went. Oh well. We will actually be making another one because we need to summon the dragon back in. That's kind of the whole point of what we just crafted. The end crystals. And I do believe... I'm just going to look around just a little bit more, see if I can't find the egg. I know it went this way, but let's search around the rest of this place. There is also chance cubes, which look different now because of, well, it's October and being close to Halloween. They changed their look. Okay, I have no idea where it went. Let's go ahead and I believe what we do, I don't think I've ever actually done this, but we just put these around. Oh, the egg is right there. Alright, let's get the egg. Easy way to do it is just break the block underneath it, put a torch, and let it fall down and collect. Cool. The next generation. Hold the dragon egg. Cool. Anyways, this should summon in the dragon again. And there's it resets all the things. I don't really care about that because, well, we're not gonna do anything with the, we're not gonna be like, how do I want to say this? We're not gonna be fighting the dragon normally regardless. But we need to get some bottles of dragon breath. Now, something to note with this is also I should probably find out what is preventing the animations. It's really weird. So that is exactly what we needed. Hey, stop it. No. Okay, so this is what we needed. And we're actually not collecting it. Oh, how to collect the dragon's breath. There we go. So the problem is, with Botania in this mod pack, we're going to be collecting the Ender Air as well. And so we do need to, we need to heal. So we're getting some Dragon's Breath, but we're also getting a lot of Ender Air. And it sounds like it depends on the noise. Don't click a block. That's how you do it. Alright. Made the dragon made the Enderman mad. So we're just gonna wait around. We have 26 Dragon's Breath. There is another projectile. And just don't click on the block. That is the key. So if you click on a block, that gives you the Ender Air, rather than the Dragon's Breath. But what we want is the Dragon's Breath. So hopefully the dragon will fire again. We're having frame rate issues again, which is weird. And let's get more, because this stuff is somewhat more useful than the Ender Air, especially because we're not going to be doing too much with Botania. And now we just need to hit the dragon and win. Cool. That's it. Grab all the goodies, including some premium. And let's just dump everything in here for right now. We'll sort what we need later. But we need the dragon heart. We don't actually need the dragon heart, but it'd be nice to have. And there is another egg that we can then go ahead and collect. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to have to get the zirconium ore. And there's the second egg. Alright, cool. So let's go back home and start working on getting some Project E stuff. Specifically, the Philosopher's Stone, and then seeing what the recipes for everything else is like. So let's go ahead and grab the Dragon's Breath. Let's just start cleaning this up. And yeah, the only thing we need is this stuff down here. Let's go ahead and put this stuff in here. And these guys will be processed. Something we're going to do here soon, by the way, is get the farm area set up and running. So not this area, but the like vanilla farm and tree farm and all that kind of stuff. We're going to do that relatively soon. We don't really need to, but it would be wise, I think, to do so anyways. And we're going to have some fun with that. So we just need to grab the rest of the stuff. Our armor is doing okay. And yeah, so we have the Ender Air bottles. Those are used to make some cool things. But it's a lot of Botania stuff that I don't really care about. Because we're not going to get super big into Botania apart from the very little that I think we need to. And so that's kind of the idea. So we can put all that away. Everything is good. Let's get our levels stored. And now we need to make the Ender Star. Nice and easy. And then we should be able to make the Philosopher's Stone. We just need diamonds, which we have. And emeralds, which I believe we have. That one is an actual question. We have... Oh yeah, we have plenty of emeralds. And that should give us the Philosopher's Stone. And yeah, there we go. Cool. So the Philosopher's Stone allows us to start getting into some very overpowered things. Project E is ridiculous. This mod is so broken, and it's supposed to be. If you aren't familiar with Project E, or as it used to be called, Equivalent Exchange, the basic premise of it is everything in the game, or most things, have some sort of EMC, energy, matter, something. I don't know what it actually stands for, but the basic idea is alchemy. So turning lead to gold. Well, in this case, it's turning anything into anything else, and collecting energy and just turning it into matter. So a lot of the overpowered items and broken items do not have EMC, but things like the dragon egg, diamonds, uh, most draconic evolution stuff will not, but nether stars do. It is a way we could get nether stars, and basically just overpowered things. So to get into this, we're going to need a transmutation table. By placing items into the fire slot on the table, they are burned in EMC, which can then be used to create items from the output slots. However, you must know things and all that kind of fun stuff. This is where things are going to get expensive. So that requires an energy collector to make a transmutation table. That is very far away. All right, the Klein stars. Klein stars are very powerful things, but we're going to wait on those. That is basically like your battery. Dark matter, H-Nals fuel, and diamonds. That is not actually that bad. We'll have to make that at some point. But I think the first things we need to make is the alchemical chest. And to make that, we need evil infused iron. Ugh, that is kind of annoying. Diamond chest, diamond lattice, and covalence dust, which this stuff is not awful. Infused diamonds a little bit, but okay. It just requires the empower. So that is something we're going to have to look into. So if we get that, and then that and that. So we'll do those maybe next episode. We'll start working on that stuff. But for the remainder of today's episode, what I want to do, and then the alchemical, the tome of knowledge, this teaches you every item that has EMC. In the transmutation table, it's very, very, very far away. It's probably gonna be one of the last items we make. But if we can get EMC stuff going, things will be really good. The big thing that we'll need is the energy condenser, and the energy condenser is gonna require draconic tier fusion crafting. But other than the red matter, which is a little expensive. That's not that bad to make, and that's really, really good. The other thing is the energy collectors. So these things are also fusion crafting. That's really simple. Those are all actually pretty simple, and we can make really cool things with those. So that is actually good to know. Do we have... okay, just making sure we didn't have anything from this. So let's open our loot bag, chest, whatever, and we'll get some epic bacon. Cool. So what we're going to do now is we are going to look at making some solar panels from Solar Flux. So that is a quest line, which is part of the reason why we're doing it. But solar panel 3. So if we look at... we have solar panels 2. Let's go ahead and teach the system how to craft all these. So solar panel 1s, because each one requires the previous one, it's going to be best to teach the system how to make these. So I just want to make sure we don't know how to make any of these guys or the mirrors. So we're going to go ahead and get that. The mirrors are made pretty simply. Next here, I believe we already know how to make pistons. And so let's go ahead and put these guys in here. And to make the solar panel 3s, we're going to need a couple more things. We're going to need repeaters, which I don't believe we know how to make. All right, let's teach the system how to make a redstone repeater. I like that recipe. because it is a lot easier crafting wise. So let's make a couple repeaters. And then we're also going to need blocks of iron, photovoltaic cells 1, which are not that bad. And then let's go ahead and just teach the system how to make these. Now, I want to make sure this is a retrieval task, so we can just craft it in here. And I think that's what we'll do. Now, the reason why we're going to start doing this is because we already have a bunch of photovoltaic cells. So let's go ahead and use them. Iron blocks. It does not know how to make iron blocks. Let's go ahead and teach that as well. But we should be able to make a solar panel tier 3. And it's actually going to make 2 of them for us. So that's kind of cool. And we should be able to see it going really easy. So solar panel tier 3. Let's go ahead and continue working our way up. So solar panel tier 4s requires iron, clocks, and photovoltaic cells 2. So let's make sure that it knows how to make those first of all. Clocks, go ahead and make that, and then that. So it'd be cool if I could just shift click these, but they go into the top one, which is always a pain. Okay, so if we put this in here, by the way, solar panel 3, 32 ticks, 32 energy per tick. So not too great, but not too bad. And it's going to make one of the previous ones as well. So while it's doing that, let's see about solar panels tier 5. We'll go ahead and continue making these up until they get really expensive. So there's that. That is the cells. We're going to need blocks of gold. We're going to need that recipe. All right, and 6 requires blocks of diamonds. This is still 6, yes. The higher tier photovoltaic cells, which requires blocks of quartz. So we're probably going to want to teach that as well. And redstone lamps. Do we know how to make glowstone? We do know how to make glowstone at least. And that should be everything. So we're gonna go the easier way and just pop down here. Find an empty one of these guys. And just pop all this stuff in there. And we should be able to make more solar panels now. So first of all, let's see. There is solar panel 4. So now we make a solar panel 5. And we have a lot of resources because of chickens. The chickens have been probably one of the best investments. It took a long time to get them done, but once they were completed, also we'll be able to make the deep dark very soon. But once they were completed, things got a lot easier. Actually, no, we won't. We still need a lot more stone. By the way, cobblestone has a ton, or the compressed cobblestone has a ton of EMC because it's literally 1 for every block, and there's 500,000 blocks in a sextuple. There's 4.7 million blocks of cobblestone in a septuple, so it's pretty expensive. The dragon egg is pretty good as well, but here's the cool thing. We talk about EMC. Once we can start using it, I'm getting so much from loot bags. We can just kind of set up loot bags and just dump everything except for like maybe a couple things into EMC. Is that zombie villagers? I've never seen one of these. Cool. some statues do things. Creeper trophies rather explode, which is cool. But some of them do things. All right, let's make sure 5. Cool. And solar panel 6. So it has everything it needs. Now, if we want to go to 7, 7 requires Dragon's Breath and a lot of other things. But we could potentially do that. So let's take a look. Photovoltaic cells. And we'll have to manually get Dragon's Breath, which is kind of unfortunate. What's solar panel 8s? Solar panel 8s are dragon eggs. Now these make 32,000 energy per tick. I don't know if we'll be able to do this or not, but we could potentially get more solar panels. Where is... Okay, it's still crafting things. And let's just continue. We are actually starting to run out of room of crafters. So if we can get all this stuff going... quick question. Let's pop up here. There is a concern that this won't be able to transfer the energy. So we might have to get better conduits. But that is a lot of power. So solar panel tier 6. Solar panel tier 7. Can we do this? Yeah, there's no reason why we can't. Alright, so let's go ahead and start collecting some of these rewards. And then after that, there is some very, very strong rewards coming our way. Or strong solar panels. So it actually splits off from this point. So from the tier 8s, we can make the neutronium, which produce 8 million. Basically, it's RF. I believe FE and RF are the exact same in terms of like how much they like energy. So 8 million, which we can then use those to make infinity, which is 16 million. Or we can go with the Wyvern, which are a lot cheaper in terms of everything else they require. But they do require 4, and they only make 65. But then we can upgrade those to 200, and then Chaotix, which are 500,000. Obviously, this is the better, but Infinity Ingots are not cheap. They require a lot of Infinity Catalysts, and these are very powerful. We'll probably never actually get to those. But let's clear all that out. We do have 2 Dragon Eggs. There's no reason why we can't go ahead and make the tier 8. It is going to require a lot of crafting. So let's go ahead and open up these guys. Loot chests. We have a fluid display. Punji sticks. By the way, punji sticks, the reason why they are kind of useless, it's just sugarcane. That's all it is. An Invar hammer and more fluid displays. Wow. The stuff is pretty awful. So I guess while we're waiting for the solar panels, let's get a couple stacks of wood. And what we're going to do is I'm going to make like a bunch of chests and then a bunch of planks. And we're going to turn this into a bunch of drawers. And basic drawers. Cool. Have all the planks. So these basic drawers, what we're going to do is we're going to pop up here for a second. And in the farms, What I think I want to do is I want to have a little bit of a farm for well, various things. So we're gonna make some garden cloches, I think, at some point. And all of our hopping bonsai pots. And what we can do is we can break these. So this is a paper bark. This is going to give us sticks, which we have plenty of. We're actually going to put a bunch in there. Leaves, wood, saplings, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, apples, all that kind of stuff. We're going to go ahead and start storing it up here. And the whole purpose of it is literally just to have a little bit more space. We can upgrade the drawers. And so I'm going to set that up off camera. We'll have like a bunch of things over here. I considered there is a thing called a controller slave, I do believe. Yes, so drawer controller slave. And what that basically means is this acts like a drawer controller to an extent, in which we can put items into a drawer controller system, but it doesn't have the functionality of a drawer controller. The whole purpose of it is just so you can dump items into it. And so that's what I was kind of thinking about doing. This is not too expensive. We can make a bunch of them and use potentially put the hopping bonsai pots directly on top of it. And I need to decide like everything that I want to have, but we can have like a bunch of them over here and then a bunch of garden cloches over here or something. I don't actually know exactly what we'll end up doing, but that's kind of the plan up here, is just to make a room full of automated systems to get wood, paper, apples, that kind of stuff. I'll see if there's any other saplings that we're going to need. I did notice Ultimate Stew requires a couple of fruits, specifically dragon fruits, which come from dragon fruits. So we can get one of these guys and put that in. We're going to need wheat, carrots, potatoes, beetroots, garlic, chorus fruit, which we can grow. So that's kind of the things I'm going to look at. And we should have our solar panels tier 7. These make 8,000 RF per tick. So that's pretty good. And let's go ahead and make the 8. Why not? So solar panel. Can we make that? That's going to take a lot of things. It's going to take a lot of diamond blocks. Yeah, we have everything we need. So let's just do it. Why not? So yeah, that's, you know, that kind of stuff is things we're going to need. We could get slime. I don't know if we'll do slime balls. And then we'll just hook it up with a, oh, what is it called? One of these guys. We'll use another external storage and hook it up to the system. So that's kind of the idea. I want to do that with the mob farm potentially as well, and just basically get things out of the storage system. Ooh, those are useless to me. We're not going to mess with IC2. Industrial craft. So yeah, the more we can kind of get like that, the better off we'll be. But definitely something to work on and work towards. So let's go collect the rest of the stuff. And it also kind of cleans up the area, which is something I want. I want to basically have nice open areas. Do we have any dragon fruit? No, we do have quite a few awakened draconium and dragon scales and other dragon scales. I'll need to make a drawer controller. That is definitely a thing that we'll need. And yeah, we're kind of running low on power. How are we doing on erodium? 18. That is 2 blocks. that is not enough. We need 4 more blocks, and then we can get the crystal laser lens, which will help us get more crystals. But then we'll need to upgrade things, and that's when we can start getting even more stuff. But to be perfectly honest, once we get these 2 solar panels, we'll be able to get a lot of power going. So one thing I want to see, cables. I don't want cable facades. So we need to potentially transfer power a little bit more because I believe Ender energy conduits can only transfer like 20,000 RF. So we're going to need something a little bit stronger. There are basic universal cables we could use. Oh, I know what we need. We need thermal, we need, what are they called? Flux ducts. Specifically, if we can get the cryo-stabilized flux ducts, that would be really, really powerful. But we need resonant. Those transfer 25,000 RF per tick. So if we look at the solar panel, this is going to be 32. So we're going to need a lot more. We could do cryo-stabilized. These are very powerful, but they're also very expensive. Let's see if we can make like a couple of these. So we can make 6 of these. Redstone. We can. How did I get the destabilized redstone? I think I went and collected it. But I think we can also do something like. What is the uses of this? Can we smelt this? And a magma crucible. We'll need a magma crucible. So that I think might be something we do. I think that'll be something we do next time. Is look into getting cryo-stabilized flux ducts so that we can transfer power a little bit better. I do not believe... Actually, let's grab those flux ducts back. Because we have leadstone, but that's not nearly good enough. How is crafting going? It is making a bunch of photovoltaic cells, 1. It is making a bunch of glass. Did we seriously use all of our glass? Wow. Okay, so that's going to take some time. So I'll tell you guys what. Let's go ahead and end the episode off here. Next time, we're going to make a couple more machines, and then, yeah, we're going to set up a ton of power. One thing I want to see, other than the Enderman dead, let's head down, I guess down here. So this is a flux point. Transfer limit is 800,000. So that is fine. Yeah. And I think we can even change that. Yeah, we can make it basically whatever we wanted. So that's whatever. Okay, so that doesn't matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this thing basically completely charged. And then we can start running our stuff all the time. We're going to have a lot more power to do draconic evolution stuff because that's very power hungry, and everything should be great. So that's the plan. Next time we're going to upgrade our power because our solar panel should be done by then, and then we'll get a ton of things going. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!